Grab your popcorn and your checkbook because a major entertainment memorabilia auction goes live next week. The company Propstore is auctioning off a collection of more than 1,000 costumes, props, and more. Adam Yamaguchi tells us the tale of some of these incredible mementos.
You have learned much, young one.
You'll find I'm full of surprises.
Surprises, like what you'll find in this fall's Hollywood auction.
What Darth Vader would battle Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, he was using this lightsaber.
Wow. And while next week buyers will be battling to own the lightsaber, the way it resurfaced is the prop's own plot twist. With Propstore's chief operating officer, Brandon Allinger, having some lucky main character energy.
I cannot think of anything more iconic than this. How did you find this?
I mean, this is one that found us, and this was literally a cold call on a Friday afternoon. A gentleman called in and said, I have a lightsaber. We were able to work out not only which character used it, but exactly how it's used. And you can see the small steel post that comes out of the top of it here. That's how they actually mounted the blade on it.
Now, how do you know this is real?
Well, it's a big process of research and authentication. So it starts with exactly, who has it, how they got it, what the history is. But then going into the physical construction of the piece itself, I'll just lift it up here so we can take a closer look.
Carefully.
Yeah, very carefully. It's actually made from a real world item. It's part of a camera flash. All they did to turn it into the prop was add these plastic strips down here at the bottom. And then for this specific one, they made some modifications to be able to mount the blade.
Wow. There's just something about holding on to a piece of Hollywood memorabilia. I did not think I would have this reaction. My heart is like thumping through my chest.
I mean, if these props could talk, the stories, especially this one, would tell. This piece has seen some action.
With a pre-sale estimate of up to $3 million, it could shatter records.
Impressive. Most impressive.
It's really an unprecedented piece. It's Darth Vader's weapon. He's the most memorable villain in the history of cinema.
Not every item up for auction will be bringing such a steep price. Some lots start at just $200. And with virtual and in-person bidding, there's something for almost every movie nerd.
Where did you get that?
Where did you get that?
Is that the movie line?
I'm trying.
I remember, Jack Sparrow, yeah.
Even if it's not Allinger's type of treasure, it's the same necklace, the cursed medallion Keira Knightley wore in the blockbuster Pirates of the Caribbean, screen matched to specific shots in the film to authenticate the item.
Screen matches, meaning there's little tells, little flaws on it, witness marks, identity marks that you can see on screen.
Each one of the over 1,000 items up for auction gets painstakingly authenticated by the Propstore team.
In your search for these items, it almost sounds like you're going on an archaeological dig.
I have heard that comparison made in the past, sort of the Indiana Jones comparison of treasure hunting. And look, it is a bit of that. We never know where something is going to turn up.
Interest and prices of these items continue to rise as more seek to hold a bit of Hollywood in their hands. This auction alone is expected to net around $10 million.
I would imagine you're getting more and more calls from people who say, hey, I've got this stored in my attic.
That's very true. That's actually the story of the Indiana Jones bullwhip. The gentleman that owns that was gifted it as a child when he visited the set. He's had it ever since. For many years, he told me he had it stored in a board game box. And it was only when he heard about another one selling in auction that he said, oh, wow, this is worth some real money. Maybe it's time to think about letting it go.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Letting go of the only complete set, whip, belt, and holster to ever come up for auction. For many collectors, these props might offer up bragging rights or a cool art piece. But for Allinger, it's about something deeper.
It's been a couple years since we used this stuff. I hope it still works.
It's about the timeless joy movies like Ghostbusters still bring so many.
Oh, I could buy a little piece of Ghostbusters, and it's not like a replica proton pack that you might use for Halloween. This is a real one that was there on set. It's one of very few. They probably had 5 or 6 that they made for Ghostbusters 2. And this is one of those. So, for a diehard Ghostbusters fan, to be able to bring that home, put it on display in your office or your home theater, there's kind of nothing better.
A chance for those who dreamed of a galaxy far, far away, or of sailing aboard the Black Pearl, or of finding the Holy Grail, to keep the dream alive.
There's a certain category of films and shows that just, again, it just sort of transcends culture and is ever present. And I think when people have the chance to hold a real piece of those in their hands, there's just a joy to it. There's a wonder, there's kind of a magic that these things inherently have.
For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Adam Yamaguchi in Valencia, California.
And it's so much fun just to watch that piece, even for the items they didn't highlight. You're like, I know this, I know that.
Like
that's from that movie.
the Titanic dress.
Captain America.
I know. I would get the hat.
Yeah.
Didn't see it there.
You'd wear it well.